Thank you, Khenpo. So for yourself, who's a Tibetan Buddhist master, spreading Tibetan culture and religion in a predominantly Chinese-speaking world, what kind of challenges do you face inside China when it comes to Tibetan culture and Tibetan Buddhism?
시집고 다뭐 속바지 내존테 속바데 야차야 담바 tani ji kakak mepi tsokbazigda kharnab nadan kangar kapna yang mebar tabarev samkyo. Tani girgi nguni yang ji yana ji tokbaga tsam thumbuzga tevona ta de ji kakak dana varchit timode zanba mepazgo nare ta tela yang rankar gshirdan gamazgene zonte sayang tariga yoyo konje da yana yang khoirna ngi nguni na tani yanak ji chuba chola de chu shwerji nan jaga rangat mayen ba shawa kang dang kang jumna yang zumba yachimbo kekyo ranga ji tangbo de amgdan da daktankir yong charne zonte tistanga jo tomato yachaga ter zumba kekyo yana yang karten jma to na tela ji chet yang dengor yachimbo zgan zamba chimbo shikme zumba shidin ta de manjal sona yang 인나요 타오만 있는 샤와데 접티데 역쇼크 레와즈다나 테네 독쇼크 년감 종네 있나 다 찌르때 돈림 체지우 수암로데 훈도 조이고 그 샤와데 직진이 적쇼크 조전요
Yes, in terms of if it's a group, regardless of being a group or individual, you come to face challenges, different challenges, and these challenges. When I myself, when I go and teach, I prepare for challenges ahead, and I have a task in hand, and I put my full effort, implementing this task and making sure I put that into practice. And sometimes I face challenges, but this not necessarily upsets me or disrupts me. So what I do is that before I go ahead and commit myself to an undertaking, I sort of prepare for it from a positive angle, but always also plan for the obstacles that lay ahead.
Rumche Oxford la pena bangan changme kita sonam sure reja ana pe ka chungson tari tu sungche nya ra ana game tu sana ya tu sra tari nge thwa di na kharesna ke di na la ya ke di na so ge ne de pheje ge khorim da tu ne rimbe sin do ya pheje chin den yo ke di na la ya ringne da dun zo gi da ta di ge chenyi da dun zo gi xie je dun zo ke di na la ya rang xin chin lu ju den yo den de jin za manzu ta phe ke da ani dun zo nyam ba chin be na manzu phire ge da maong ba de 다 페르네 베치샤 균진체 두바 차샤네 먼저 뱀이 마옹바디다 칸데지 차도이나 스야디 땅아주 초진의 릉네 균진 초니네 벽 미리 스야디 근네 두비야 근데 름베니가네 삼나 땅베나 아나 칸데지 차요나 스네고 근데지 딱 베치샤나 먼저 비기 게이 토네다 엔지 토네 낭체 동주 장바다야 벼랑이 비랑 토네 낭체 장바디니 케바 칸데지 두고요나
라소 가전치 지 남바고 tani shirdung nga tsumpo ko jigni la te tawi semkhar shejido pe manjawa ga전치 mbore yinayo tangi tena pena yige tanga karte tarik jin mavjir jijanzena nga tsu jindang kacha shati te yang taj work kona shakandang na maqto zemana tani tarik yenjir ka tanar jarkat tar kacha yang tarik tani jangar kacha mavjana jangar kacha goni tani tang su wok chuin nan ja go shawa in nan ja gang chu in na shed goni wot tam je yo ni regne zin zonte tendi kacha goni na ya ji yen ka tanar jar ka tanar kar ga jamba ga mashid nar gajin na tani yike ga karte germani ne nar kacha ga yonte mashid nar gajin na ne tsar dimuz ga chayo da samji wo chigdo yin tani nisida ke na nga chu wok ta nga la hal chi ka semkhri yo ga 당선 워이르 tani 또 로총 몽보즈고 tani 지 워크단 워이그난다 니모소 랄레 메시 랄레 시나야나 티 돈다는 측은도 저 탐치다 다리 샘크르시도 하장 용연 근데 지금 셜록 그냥 그 다리 그 너쇼고 지금 사차나 요는 소용 지금 다른 거 다리 워크숍 샷거나 지금 워크숍 좀 없이 되나 인지다나 잠바 surkashad 대전도는 지금 워추고 난돈 때야나 다리 워크 글람네야 마시 인지라 소바가 장근 남네야나 지금 여하즈 마도 이렇게론디 마추 다리가 워크 난추도 지금 너쇼고 먼저 탐치 그 시기 요는 막도 되면은 수 오빠 능거지 마시지 년가 하장 친구가 나 샘커 돼요. 근데 양 뒤스다가 나주 오빠수 회 창마드는도 저냐는 말은 도시냐는 말이지 창마가 틈도 있다는 곰바 끝그 능거 정정적지나 남시가 내ርከ나 오늘 전에 그 다리가 지금 끝마다는 니모고 잼스톤 근거는 앞기 용에 그 샴지 막도 되면은 가이 시도하면 난도 시도하면은 워근도 자나 마우지르누 개방게 체낸다 다가 닌카게 체내는 니 타다 다가 산로 미란 책했다는 거지들
yeah, so if we look at if there's this question of should we translate Dharmic teachings in the written form into other languages or not, and then the question of also the question arises that should we actually orally translate these Dharmic teachings or not. So a great complex rises. A huge complex of translation question rises, and the translation, of course, is vital. But the second thing is that there is a definite danger, and it does makes me sort of anxious, is that inside Tibet, as well as Tibetans in the West and more liberal environment, they both tend to be using more and more, even in their spoken language, using other foreign language or their sort of adoptive, the language of the adoptive country. So inside Tibet, there's more and more Chinese are being used in the vocabulary. Outside, more English and other language are being used. And then there is this danger also that Tibetans themselves do not understand or the message of their Dharmic teaching through their own language. So they need to get this through other languages. Yes, that is a challenge. But through the other language, they do not also get it, because the other language translation, the standard of translation may not be good enough. So in that sense, something is being lost, literally being lost in translation. The message, the Dharmic message is being lost. And so this is a serious challenge. And if we look at some of the books and scriptures that sometimes monks and lamas and Tibetans say, oh, this shouldn't be translated. This is sealed, it's secret. And so secretly hidden away, sealed, some texts are buried, sort of hidden away in monastic chapels and in recesses. And so if this kind of texts, maybe a thief or somebody steals it and might end up in a museum or somewhere, but it's not translated, so the message is lost. So yes, that is a big challenge.
We are just going to have one very short last question, and then I think that will bring tonight's teaching to a conclusion.
Thank you very much, Khenpo, for your time and your patience. My question is, would you please explain to me, explain to us, what is the difference between compassion and Buddha nature? And also, I have another question. I hope you can answer in a very brief way, which is in terms of reincarnation. How do you actually approach to the Western audience about this, completely different ideas? I know we talk about it in a kind of a relative truth in Tibetan Buddhism. Thank you very much.
다 제르제나 조 샴 양제즈긴도 샴바도 어잔 셈친 대화당 단총나 삼기우 대 삼바스리 냥지도 되는 등어당 짜송나 삼나스 되네 샹칩 그 셈도 되네 어잔 로아 셈친 탐쳤도 되네 남지가 내급나 상기 고망 톱송나 삼누 되네 셔버 족상 라먹나다나 teni kangsam ka semchin tamchit dengir yidam cheba pchar sonab samgewo to nyar je jandon lamg ba ta timu khabar yor teni na psham nyangji de pshangchip ka sem gir jiri ta pshangchip ka sem de teni tarim jever tawa teni ga khabar jimjer tawa chayuk
is compassion and Buddhahood are the essence of Mahayana vehicle. And compassion is both the compassion and kindness is the intention, the motivation to the aspiration that other beings be free from suffering and gain happiness. And also the compassion is the cause of Buddhahood, and Buddhahood is the sort of effect, the result of compassion and kindness, and Buddhahood is the benefit, the to gaining enlightenment for the well-being of others and affect others to gain also enlightenment.
Tani chawani ba tani ta nabshuk kenchi namjig rzim jana zu de tani ngzu ngormbo chi songni wardu tujer chembo daga jinji gter to nam gter ne ton bate yore ta te na tansang terang nga jongi dani tare lopcha chemone khoimzo kangana ga yangjik song cherezena to nirtum chirgulo tani ta injigir ka to gir tani zama parchir tati nanak sarka chimbo mekadana chirtung gibjar chirgulo tari tani chirtung gibja nish tsavdanglo tani ta tep tari khwachin zodna te hajang chakchi wozga sonje ta khwerna ti nangna tani wardogar namjagdana shivir namjag yonje tani ta mo shini taga wardu nyansim jorne jima 땅 수나초거 갑나 캬버드야나 투르거 그 찰럭다나 양럭 다 이게 수능이 있나 되네 그 덴조다나 안조 라속바 되네 출력 잠바에 하장 제사 출력 잠바에 하장 다리가 집물군이나 되네 가수 오지 나탄 거갑나 송오늘이 되니나 데란드네 지 따티초거 나야 제사즈이나 지금 먼저거다 옛나야 지 카테 모바이오지즈이나 당이야 다리가 저추레 대전다나 지 삼추레 tene argent monz kanana te tamjero ko tene kacha monz to shetyo te na parcheva to te ramji tariga azgro na
in terms of death and rebirth, which is mostly dealt in Bardo Tudul, the enlightened, what the Bardo through hearing, which is the Tibetan Book of Dead, which this morning I had the opportunity to see and was translated into English in 1919, is it? And in 1927, I think it was published. And in there, it has got detailed explanations of death and detailed explanations of the wanderings and roaming in the stage of Bardo towards the conception. And also from different perspectives of religious traditions, it's explained in a detailed way. So today I do not have time to go into detail about this sort of descriptive passages of Bardo Tudo, the Book of the Dead. But if you would like to find more about it, then I could introduce you to some of my works and to texts that elaborate on this.
Thank you everybody for coming this evening. Thank you, Kempo, very much.